In 1995, an elite pair of fuck-ups met while being tried for crimes they most definitely committed. The men were promptly released for being white. One lost weight and now poses as a family man in Dallas, Texas. The other got worthless degrees in English and philosophy. He lives alone in Los Angeles, California. Now, at great risk to their freedom, the duo has weekly conversations about past transgressions, current status reports, and wondering, are we dead yet?
Yo, are we dead yet? Episode 19. Got a conversation about the lame-ass Exotica fair in Texas, and Craig gets a divorce, non-related. And, fucking Craig kills his dog. Fucking Craig and Spence trying to do comedy. I offend a blind person. Craig learns about pungent shrimp. Cut that out. Past and future. One-eyed guy. I don't know. Fucking listen or watch whatever one you're doing. Yeah, I was thinking we put the Tom Weir one out today. I hope he hears it and finds your address, goes to your house. You're not there, so he kills your family. And then we go to court and, sue him, and he owes us a bunch of money, or us.
Us.
Owes you, but I'm going to go into court. Owes you money, and fucking last fucking days he's being taken away to be put to death, whisper in his ears, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. I would have paid you to do that, jackass.
It's going to be like Cape Fear. He's just sitting somewhere in some fucked up little jail cell, doing squats.
Yeah,
we haven't done a podcast since you were here in Dallas.
I know. What was the thing that's recently happened to date ourselves? Is the fucking Cecil lion? The lion got shot by the dentist.
Oh, for sure.
I've been going to a lot of shows, and I'm sick of fucking hearing people talk about fucking Cecil. Like, no, that guy's a piece of shit. I don't know why you go over and do that. I'm not, but I'm sure there's a girl named Cecile being sold into sex slavery right now that we don't give a fuck about.
Thank you.
And we give a shit about this fucking lion. I don't know. Like, there's been so
like all this
money
shit
poured into it because of this lion.
Man, I go out and talk to a lot of people, and everybody's talking about their adopted dog, right? I adopted him. That's really cool. You adopted a dog. Why don't you pick some fucking homeless person and give them 45 minutes a day of your time and kind of guide them and maybe feed them a meal for a couple weeks and see if you can help them get their fucking life back on track and quit rescuing fucking French bulldogs all day and just maybe help society a little bit. I think it's really cool that you want to go spend $12 on a sticker that tells me you rescue a dog, but maybe just help a human out. Let's do that for a little bit. Let's do that until we get our shit right, and then we can worry about the dogs.
That's what I feel like. Like, every time there was this Ralph's that I'd get the cat food at, and there was always this homeless guy there, and I'd walk by him, and I felt like shit every time that I'm fucking getting this goddamn cat food and pissing on you as I walk by. Like,
you know what I mean?
I could have just walked by, but I also had to piss on him. Why? Why do that?
Well,
then I threw an egg at him at 50 miles an hour.
And then he throw the cat food on the piss, and it gets all big, and, the ants and mosquitoes get all over him. I mean, but, that's what he fucking gets.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. If you don't like it, go to fucking Russia, you communist, lazy bastards.
Yeah.
But anyway, I still think it'd be better to help him than the dogs.
Yeah. How many dogs do you own?
Let's do this, too. Oh, my God, I killed one of my dogs.
You killed one of your dogs?
Holy shit, yeah. But I'll tell you that story, but let me finish this thought real quick. Maybe we should let all the dogs go that are going to be rescued, and then we could hire the homeless to defend us from the dogs, and it would all work out. And then they could bond with the dogs, and then we save two birds with one stone.
What I don't understand is, isn't taking a dog at any point rescuing it? Like,
Yeah.
does it have to be officially, like, because what was going to happen to it otherwise? Like, it doesn't even exist. They don't naturally happen.
That's true.
Like, they had to be bred that way. So, and there's so many of them that would just fucking die because they can barely breathe and shit from all the incest.
Dude, exactly. You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck? Are they all skin problems and shit? They're mine. But it's very neurotic. Well, I don't fucking want it.
Yeah.
How's that? Give me a calm ass dog. It's gonna live like 10 years and go in its sleep, and I'll be sad that I'll be able to find another one like it for $100. That's what I want. But so I'm back and I go home and I'm bug bombing the house and shit, and picking up the boys, and I let the little dog out. He's yapping and going crazy and all this, and I get the kids in the car. I back out, and I remember to get their fucking bicycles out. So I get out, I get the bicycles out, jump back in, throw in reverse, hit the gas, and I hear, woo, boop, boop. And I get out, and dude, like his fucking eyeball was popped out of his head, like he was dead. And the boys didn't see him, so I get a trash bag and put him in it, fucking take them out, and get them ice cream and shit. They're all crying. I take them to my parents' house, then I have to bury the fucking thing. It's 137 million fucking degrees. I'm about to heat stroke out. Like, no shit. I'm like, why didn't I just put him in a trash can? I should have just thrown him in the fucking trash can. But I buried him. And I'll go back later and get the skull. I don't think it's too crushed again. I think I'll be able to get something out of it, at least the jawbone. But yeah, so 1 down, 2 to go.
What's really funny is that means that Walt learned how to throw his voice and do a dog sound.
He was upset for like an hour.
He just pulled the Curly Sue scam on you with the dog after he tortured it.
Right.
Curly
So
Sue
funny.
reference.
Dude, have you seen the movie Nightbreed?
No.
Okay, it's a, what's his name? Clive Barker.
Yeah.
It's a Clive Barker joint.
Mm-hmm.
It's before Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Maybe the craziest shit I've ever seen. And I like Hellraiser.
I was gonna say Hellraiser's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, like I love Hellraiser, and this is like Hellraiser is like they're like, listen, this shit is good, but it's so crazy. Can you make it less crazy? And he's like, yeah, we'll just call it Hellraiser. This other shit, dude, is like, I'm not saying it's like you're gonna have nightmares. I'm saying it's like nightmares that you've had before, though.
Clearly, though, if you think those two movies are the weirdest, you've never seen Phantasm.
No, I haven't.
That's the weirdest movie ever.
Who's in it?
I don't remember.
What's it about?
I don't know what it's about. It's got these balls that have little knives in them that fly around.
Oh, knife balls.
Yeah, knife balls.
Those guys.
The old knife balls and like these chocolate babies and another dimension.
Would the chocolate babies possibly be mistaken for being covered in something else?
Yes.
Maybe a petroleum substance of some kind?
Probably diarrhea.
Or maybe, I don't know, what's that stuff that dinosaurs turn into? We're in the ground and it's black and sticky.
Oh, tar babies.
There we go. Maybe
all right, this is episode 19 of Are We Dead Yet? Episode 19 of Are We Dead Yet? And yeah, we should just give up the idea that we've been putting these out once a week because it's all fucked up now.
Yeah, I fucked you.
That was a trick, people. We were tricked. I know you.
But now we have so much to talk about.
Uh-huh. Jesus Christ, that last one was absurd fucking editing. Anyway, you were saying something about something?
So, Friday night here in Dallas, there was a thing called the Exotica convention, which is
About animals, I assume?
Okay, that's what. Okay, you're close. It's
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a T-shirt convention.
no, it's supposed to be a porn, and toys sex workshop convention is what it's supposed to be.
Obviously.
You know, I mean, yeah, of course. So it's $40 motherfucking dollars to get in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And $20 to park, all that. A lot of people are going. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to go. They call me from there and they're like, this shit is crazy. You need to come down here. So I go down. I go into park. This guy's leaving. I'm like, give me your pass. Park for free. I'm okay. Pay my $40 and I go in. And it was fucking stupid. It was a porn star zoo, basically. They're just in these little booths, and you got to go by and look at them and, like, touch them and maybe get a picture with them. And they would sign something, and you would give them money or, like, vouchers for tacos and shit. Like, give them your lighter. It was, like, it was the worst thing I've ever seen. And I'll tell you this, I'm not saying for all of them, okay, because a lot of them were there people I'd never heard of. And there were a couple there that I had heard of that were like physical specimens, like gorgeous, in the like something you just don't see every day, right? But the lion's share of them were like shit that I don't know, man. Like, just I don't know how they make them look good on camera because in real life, like shit was rough. It was rough. They looked like somebody that got fucked in the mouth all day. Like, that's what they looked like. So it's just, the appeal was just completely gone. And some of the guys, they were there with molds of their dicks, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and sit down on the table. And I got, most of them, I was like, big fucking deal. Like, nobody there was like, oh my God, like that. There was one black dude there, I forget his name, and that shit was like a home wrecker. But the rest of them were just, I was like, I wouldn't even be, hell, I might as well have a booth here with my dick on it. Like, I don't even know why you're here. It's not that fucking
well,
big
good for you, Craig.
No, I don't mean, that's what I'm saying, though. It's not that I have a big one. It's just, it was just really regular to me.
Well, you've seen more dicks than me.
Ron Jeremy was there.
Yeah. Do you have a plastic bag with him?
What's that?
I saw his documentary of him a while ago. And he travels with, like, he doesn't even own luggage. He takes like garbage bags and puts all his shit in there.
Of course he does. He looks like he was living out of a garbage bag.
It's funny that got brought up just because I've been powering through the Doug Stanhope podcast. And like one of the most recent episodes, they brought that documentary up, and that exact scene was the scene they talked about, which is the only scene I really remember from it. Also, it's old. It's not new. I mean, I saw it a while ago.
I've watched all that shit, like Aroused and all those ones about porn stars and their plight and all that. But,
I like porn stars.
No, I do too. I'm not saying.
I don't know how you know the names. I know Heather Brooke.
Yeah, I know that name
from ID.
Well, you know Jenna Jameson, Asia Carrera, like the ones when we were kids because, I mean, they were in magazines and all that shit. They were kind of rock stars. But the deal now is, I'm not saying anything bad about them. I thought it was kind of sad. It could have been so much cooler if it was set up better. Could have been really neat, and it was just like fucking like
I'm surprised you didn't know that's exactly what it was going to be.
I had no idea, dude. Honestly, I didn't know shit about it until I got there. But okay, so this chick's there. Her name's Jenny Block, and she writes a book about the female orgasm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I went over there just because she had sugar baby suckers on her table. You know those? They're awesome. And so I went over there to get one. And I was like, can I have one of these suckers? She goes, yeah. So I had to act interested.
Hey, when you're moving your camera around, don't talk, because it's loud of whatever noise is going on.
So I had to act interested in the book. So I pick it up and I flip through it, and it's all about female orgasms, right? And, I mean, that's an interesting subject, sure.
Yeah.
And I said, is it written for a man's perspective or a woman's perspective? And she's like, oh, it's written for a woman's. And I'm like, well, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? Because all that they're going to do is explain it to the guys, and the guys are going to be like, what the fuck ever, I know what I'm doing anyway, and it's not going to matter. Yeah. Right? I mean, and she's like, oh, I never thought about that. I should edit it and write it for guys. And then I left and fucking talked to her the next day, and she's doing it. It's kind of cool.
Right on. The book for guys would have been easy. Like, don't worry about it. Get yours.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's exactly right. It's figure it out. But I don't know, man. It was not worth the money, but it was weird. It was weird to see. There was a guy doing bondage stuff there, tying chicks up. And he would spend like an hour tying them up, and I'll be damned. Like, I'll tell you what, if a fire breaks out, like, you better grab that bitch and throw her out a window, because she ain't getting out of that shit. Like, there was no way. She was like all tied up, all the way down to her feet. It was wild. And she was like just a spectator, and her boyfriend's like, can you fucking untie her, please, so we can go? It was awesome. But
you should have volunteered.
I don't know. It was weird. It was weird.
I would have volunteered in a second.
I would have done anything they asked me to do. Absolutely anything. I would have done it. But except for getting in cages, they were putting people in cages and just making them sit there for like 45 minutes. I was like, I'm not going to do that. But
didn't like poke you or spray you with piss or anything?
See, like, right, that I would have been into that.
Yeah.
But there were no midgets, no weirdos, no freak show stuff. It was really pretty disappointing. And you can just see so many gigantic, enormous titties before you're like, I get it. When it becomes the norm of the people there, then it's not sexy anymore. You're looking for people. Can you go put a t-shirt on so I can see what those look like covered up? But I don't know. It was weird.
So, I went to this comedy show. It's some fucking random place, and this guy, he gets up. He's going to do 10 minutes, and like they had to set up the camera for him and shit. And he gets up, and apparently he's supposed to be famous because he dated. I'm going to take that part out, but
hey, nice.
And they had some breakup, right? So he assumes everybody in the fucking audience knows him, and nobody knows who the fuck he is. And we're all trying to be nice because he's taping this shit. And it was the word. Every one of his quote unquote jokes was basically just a brag about himself. One of them was, I dated A, Mila Jovovich, B, Angelina Jolie, C, Christina Ricci, D, all of the above. All of the above. Like, how is that a fucking joke?
Dude, I don't know, but that's a sick list. Like, I mean,
that was not his fucking list.
I'm saying your list, though, like props on the list. Like,
yeah, no, that was my list. One of them was like, I was fucking this supermodel, and she's going crazy on top of me, and I jammed a vibrator in her asshole, and she fucking had a great time, and then she was like, wow, how'd you do that? And then we got quiet. We heard, yeah, I don't know. Oh, and he's writing a book called He's an awful person.
He's a Renaissance man, huh? What instrument does he play? Like the jug or the washboard?
Like getting on stage in general, anybody, that's fucking narcissism. Because you're like, man, people want to hear what I have to say. Mm-hmm. But getting up front of a group of people and doing that, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think
I've seen another guy who does the same shit, where it's about how rich I am and a bunch of crap like that. Maybe I'm a dick.
I mean, are they trying to be the heel? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the bad guy comic?
No.
it's jokes like, I left this dollar job to come here and live in a small apartment, which makes no fucking sense. Why didn't you save some fucking money? And it's like,
Well, see, you know what? There's a lot of people that have done that. Like, look at Greg Giraldo, but he never talked about it. Nobody knew what
he was a lawyer.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody knew that shit. He didn't brag about it. People knew, but it wasn't because he told them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I mean, I think you could have been a lawyer and you're not bragging about it. You just mentioned I was a lawyer. I mean, I've heard him mention that. But I mean, I don't even think these are things you should be proud of.
No. What I'm saying is that's an actual legit thing to be proud of. Like, he was Harvard, from what I've been told, and all this other shit. But he didn't go out there and fucking lead with that shit. He had real comedy. He didn't have shit to do with that. These guys sound like they don't have shit to really brag about, and that's their whole fucking setup.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a dick. But it don't make me laugh, and they don't seem to be making... Like, I'm the nicest person. I laugh at your fucking shit. I have to force it with these fucking people, and all I'm thinking is like, God, I hate you, like, as a person.
I hate you on a spiritual level.
Yeah.
I hate you. That's hilarious.
Went into this open mic at this fucking bar. It was like doing stand-up in the Shining hallway. Like, it was straight line backwards, and like one side has the bar and the other side, and it was just about as wide as a fucking, like, with people sitting at the bar and at the little tables, like there was a lane.
Oh, a shotgun bar.
Shotgun bar?
That's what they're called.
So you can like shoot down the fucking all the people.
Because if they have a shotgun, you can hit everybody in the bar.
Okay, because the bartender wouldn't have, though. I could have. From the stage. The stage person could hit everybody with a shotgun.
Well, when all bars are referenced to gun types, it's always referenced from stage left. Always. And that's global. That's global.
Okay. I come in, and this fucking guy is on stage yelling at all the comics, and I didn't see his beginning, but I got the feeling from everybody that this wasn't like a part of his bit, especially since people were like threatening him at the bar later. But maybe they're all like, this is the way this bar was. There were some weird fucking people, like people that didn't even get to a joke. I don't know, strangers off the street that walked in. Like it was either the greatest fucking thing ever, and all these people like Andy Kaufman me, or like this insanest fucking bar ever. Which was cool. I won't go back there unless it's with other people.
Dude.
To enjoy, because it's the comedy does not is like I said, they're either Andy Kaufman and fucking geniuses.
I want to ask you something about that.
What?
I read your Andy Kaufman review and I loved it.
Yeah.
Great book. Great book. Totally makes you rethink, or made me rethink the way I did things or approach things. But one of my buddies is over here with his girlfriend, very young girl, and she was looking at the books. I've got it up on the bookshelf. She goes, "Oh, Kurt Vonnegut, I've heard of him," and I'm like, "Yeah, he's great. He's cool." She's looking at him and she's like, "Oh, Andy Kaufman." And I said, "You know who Andy Kaufman is?" And she's like, "No." And I was, how do I describe Andy Kaufman to somebody who's never seen him, never seen any shows he's in, and doesn't know anything about him? And it was kind of hard to do. I was like,
I don't know how I don't know how you do it. Maybe he's the Jackass crew if they did it without a camera around.
I mean, but it was deeper than that. You know what I mean? Like, I
know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wait, it's a person that lived the bit.
That's why I said true performer.
Yeah.
Like, absolute, from the time he started, he never stopped.
Yeah.
True performer. But she wanted to borrow it, and I told her to fuck off.
Yeah.
And I said, "There's a half-price books right down there, slut." And sent her down to get it.
Well, that's how we know you're living in a baller area.
But dude, check this out. So, didn't know who Andy Kaufman is, so I started asking her questions about bands and shit. Didn't know who fucking anybody was. It was wild, man. It was crazy. Didn't know shit about anybody. Even Beastie Boys. She's like, yeah, I've heard a couple of their songs. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? She's like, I don't know.
How old is she?
21.
Oh, that's fine.
Weird. I'm telling you, it was weird.
It
was weird.
Went to fucking Brian's birthday party. You met him out here, and it ended up being at this fucking bar that I'd been to before for Jasmine's birthday party. My friend Jasmine, not fake Jasmine. Which, by the way, I've changed the way I'm writing. I'm writing like my whole bits out, even if I won't get them all. And I literally earlier today wrote hers.
Oh, good.
She's part of my Tinder, fucking my online dating, fucking.
You're stable
routine. But so I'm at this bar, and it's like fucking hipster. You know, no picture. They don't have pictures. A million beers that I don't fucking know. Just fucking, I hate it. It's the worst fucking place. I fucking hate it so much. I hated it the first time. I was so pissed when I realized what it was when I got there. So it's a bar like that. It's a fucking the Idle Rich.
Uptown. I was just about to say that. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And anyway, so I don't fit in there.
Well, wait. Hold on. Let's real quick. Let's explain that real quick so that people understand. Because we both know Uptown, but Dallas has subdivisions, subparts of bars, and there's Lower Greenville, which is more service industry and a little grimier, a little grimy. Then you've got Deep Ellum, which is more music based. And kind of on the upswing around here, you've got Addison, which is fucking Texas Rangers t-shirt and fucking sandals and blue jeans and fucking white. Oh, God, fucking. And then you've got Uptown, which is 2 pop collars, possibly Persian. Everything's crowded. Everybody's bumping in. There's so much cologne in the air. I'm surprised there's not a flash fire every night. But it's not our scene.
It's nothing like that. But I'm glad about the geography. I was literally using that. I forgot there was a bar called the Idle Rich. I was trying to think of like what a phrase to just describe a group of hot. It's beautiful. I mean, I'm an angry fucking bastard. It's hot. Fucking.
Okay, well, is it more like Addison then?
It's not like Dallas.
Okay.
It's just not. I mean, LA is. So many of the things you like show me, like, hey, this just got here, and I'm like, what the fuck? You're just.
Wait, you live in LA?
Huh? Yeah, like honestly, I didn't really think it was that big of a difference. I just started like noticing like trends and shit, and yeah, it's fuck it. I don't give a shit. Not my kind of place. Most places aren't my kind of place. So although I wasn't like anyway. I don't know why I fucking told this fuck. Oh, I saw a hat. I never knew there was a hat that made me want to punch someone in the face.
Of course you did.
Like this guy had a hat on that, of course, matched his shoes, like kind of a orange pink, but it had those like metal spikes from like the '80s leather jackets.
What? Like
all
a bedazzled?
It was a normal ball cap, like it, you know, when they don't. I mean, what the? I honestly, I immediately saw him.
Like you bedazzle it, you get that little gun. It's a
no, not a bedazzle, like the big spikes, like not long, like Hershey Kisses size. Yeah, Hershey Kisses size, like you get at like a Hot Topic or some.
Hold on, dude. Was he part of like the Triangle Gang from fucking Kung Pao? You think?
He was.
Because remember, they had those triangles all over their bodies.
Yeah.
They throw at you and shit. You better watch out.
Well, that probably is why I got a little Kung Pao-ish. And that's why I wanted to punch him in the face. There's this other fucking guy, this other dude there, who's got his fucking hat. And it's like tilted back so his bangs are there. And it's so completely, he looked in his mirror to get the hat right, to get the bangs versus angle at the exact right angle. I fucking hated him immediately also. And, but then I'm walking with this fucking girl, pulling her through this fucking group of people, and I end up stopping and staring at this guy because he's chatting up a chick, and what he's doing is patting his head and rubbing his belly at the same time. I just sat there staring him in the face, like hoping he would just explain what was going on. That's the move, which I hope it was. Then I got out to the little front area because one of our friends got kicked out for pissing in the boys' bathroom, and she's a girl. Like, after they had just told her, don't do it. And this is like a nice place. Like, a very nice place. It might have been the first girl to run into the fucking... And she's not even drunk yet. So she's gotten kicked out. That's why we're moving to the front to figure out what to do with her. And anyway, I'm standing there talking to these two other girls that I just met standing there, with this other girl. And one of them like totally sounds like a fucking Spaniard, but she's Mexican. You know the difference? Like, you can hear the accent and shit. So I'm chatting with her, and then she tells her friend to scoot over, join the conversation. And her friend's this little Asian girl, and she's got a skinny little cane with her. So I'm like, oh, are you blind? Immediately, which should be a fucking okay question. No, I'm not blind, and angry about that. And that ruined that conversation completely. She was a gimp, it turned out, and she needed a cane, but it was a skinny fucking blind person cane.
You're like, so would you rather be blind?
Yeah, that's what I said once I saw her walking around later. I mean, it's not like I was going to fuck a blind girl or a gimp, so I was just asking an honest question.
Hold on now.
Like, it's the same thing with you're not supposed to ask transgender people, like, what do they got under the fucking hood? Like, I should be allowed to ask you that. That's not offensive. I should be able to ask. Like, I'm curious. It's probably the most interesting thing about you. Most people are boring as fuck.
I think that you're just supposed to say, why do you have a weird slender cane? Small Asian woman.
Small Asian.
And that's how you do that.
Okay. I mean, it was the first thing I said to her. So I get it.
Are you blind? You maniac. You don't say that. Hey, are you blind?
Why can't you say that?
You should have immediately taken a swing at her. Next time, don't even ask. Just try and punch her. And if she ducks, be like, I just thought you were blind. She's like, what if I was? Be like, I would have hit you, dumbass. You wouldn't even know what happened. It would have been hilarious.
Girl got kicked out. I guess she walked down to like a thrift store or something and bought a dress and changed dresses and then came back in.
Dude, is that your Marla? Are you kidding? Go talk to her.
No. I do like that girl, but yeah, that's a. She's involved with another story you already fucking know that I'm not going into.
What's cool though is y'all could do that together because y'all could both go to a thrift store and buy a dress and come back and
that would assume that I don't have my dress in my car at all times.
But it's so nice to get a fresh dress.
It is nice to get a fresh dress.
It really is.
I don't know if she went down to a thrift store to do it, or maybe she had it with her, but I didn't ask because I liked the idea that she went to a thrift store.
I love that idea.
And it wasn't like there might have been one or a store.
Or maybe a bargain store.
Then the fucking there was a strip club next to it, and I was like, let's go there. This place is awful. And we ended up going to this bar. It wasn't that. It was kind of like a western-y bar, which is frustrating out here because they don't get it.
It's just a regular bar, but they put barbecue sauce on everything.
Exactly. And it's fucking huge. One of the biggest bars yeah, because it's a bar, not a club. One of the biggest bars I've ever been to. Bigger than my apartment. By 4 or 5 times bigger than my apartment. Huge. No fucking pool table.
Of course not.
No one else is in there but us. Like, this is a Saturday night. They could have easily put a pool table in this place. There was a million. I mean, it sucked. I go up to the jukebox, start fucking putting in a bunch of no effects, all the songs that are gonna piss people off. But I eased them into it. Like I started with Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. So these songs that they knew, but didn't quite understand why they knew. And then I got into fucking. I think
so you kind of rubbed it.
I think I went. I went deep into the songs people would hate, like Mr. Bungle. Yeah. I found some. Fucking Lords of
Kill All the White Men.
Huh?
Kill All the White Men.
Yeah, just some songs that no one was gonna like. Fucking closed though before any of them got up on it. I was upset.
Hate that shit.
Now that there was like the biggest group of people there was us, and we had dwindled down. It was probably 1 a.m. at least. Fucking, it was fun. Good time.
I gotta go out tonight. I've gone out quite a bit lately. I kind of need to tap the brakes. I'm kind of wore out. But I've been getting into this comedy scene out here, dog. You know what I mean? Just trying to mingle.
Cool. That's what I'm trying to do out here.
I hate one of those motherfuckers, though. And you know who I'm talking about. I don't think I can talk shit on him right now. But he knows who he is. Fucking fuckface. I don't like this guy at all. He's my nemesis.
Nemesis?
He's my nemesis. He's already like kissing my ass and shit, so you can tell I don't like him. So I don't think he's a very good nemesis.
That's not.
I'm gonna have to downgrade him to he's a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
But I don't like him. I don't like his fucking jokes either. I bet his mom's a fucking idiot. She babied the shit out of him when he was little. Oh my god.
Oh, you're talking about Don.
Listen to me right now. If there's one person I'm not talking shit about, it's Don.
Whatever, man. Don. Let's talk about, man, Craig talks a lot of shit about Don. In fact, if I was Don, I'd team up with Tom Weir and come after Craig.
That would be the funniest combination. That would. That'd be like. That'd be like the Matthew Perry and Chris Farley East movie, but Tom Weir would be Matthew Perry and do more cocaine. So.
I don't think Chris Farley works for Don.
No, I was just trying to think of a big person in a cocaine.
It's like a muscular Grimace and Pee Wee Herman with a major PCP problem.
Oh my god, that is a perfect analogy. Damn it. But now I ain't fucking with Dawn. Damn, hell no.
No.
It's too big. I think fighting him would be like fighting one of the big trees on Lord of the Rings. Like you feel like you're making progress, but really they're just fucking with you. like Andre the Giant. Like I think I know what my problem is. It's fighting just one person. I'd have to get on his back and hope he doesn't smash me into boulders.
That was better. Andre the Giant and a cracked out Pee Wee Herman is what that would be like.
The Princess Bride.
Yeah. Andre the Giant and I don't know.
Grimace. I made a Grimace reference last night and nobody got it.
Well, Don, if you threw a purple fucking sheet over Don, he would look like Grimace.
He would look like Grimace.
He's a monster.
He is technically a monster.
He's the only person that should brag about having a giant dick on stage.
You know what I mean? I just don't get it. In fact, if he would have gone to this convention, his ass might have got signed. Drink the Three Wise Men. I'm like, it's not. There's nothing wise about it ever. Why the fuck do people drink that shit? I mean, I see people order it, the bartenders just look at him like, are you sure you want this drink? I watched this guy last night drink Jaeger until I thought his fucking nose was going to start bleeding. I've never seen somebody drink this much Jaeger before. It was horrible. I felt horrible for him.
Well, that's just because you don't drink in the mirror.
What's that? What's the NoFX song? The First Call or whatever? where he sees a fat Jew singing his song, so he buys him a shot. He buys him back 3 because it's him in the mirror. I love that part of that song. But I don't know, man. It's been real weird lately. It's been real weird living here. I can tell you that. It's been fucking weird. The kids love it. They love the shit out of it. But it's fucking weird, man. But we're working on shit, you know. It's just crazy.
I've been trying to think of our generation because we're at a really weird point.
Yeah, we are.
We were raised by people who knew that all the bigotry, like they were the last generation of really not but legal racism. Let's call it that. Like, segregation and shit. But they were still fucking conservative, all that yuppie shit. And then now we have like a generation that's smarter than us. I think we're the first generation to have like shit change super fast.
That's what I was about to say. The biggest swing.
Yeah.
Like it's because technology.
That's what I mean. I just mean technology. That's as the reason it changed so fast. Because before, it was like our grandparents, it was like a phone and a radio, and then it became a TV. Wow. Yeah. Our parents, it was like a cell phone, and then now they're old.
Dude, not really. Even if you think about it, I mean, let's think about it. What did your parents? I'm sure your parents were like mine. They had the big block, like Panasonic, fucking giant, or the one in the car. You know what I mean? But a giant fucking cell phone. And they had one, but I mean, that was probably like, what, 92?
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about VCRs. They didn't have that shit.
You said cell phone.
Yeah, I meant, that's what I mean. Like, I'm saying I could have used VCRs as their big technology fucking jump.
For sure. I mean, that was a really big, in cassette tapes.
Like, it didn't go horse, car, plant, jets, spaceships and 20 years. Like,
true that. That's a really good analogy.
Yeah,
but that is true. They go videotape and cassette tape, and then CDs come out, and then rewritables, and it almost wipes out vinyl. And now vinyl's made a resurgence just because. Who the fuck knows why?
For the PBR is a fucking respectable drink now.
You know what I'm saying? Isn't that ridiculous? But but all that shit, I'd never really thought about it like that. But you're right. It's bananas how much it changed because it went from the cassette and all that, and now you got I've got a jump drive in there with like 170 fucking movies on it. I mean, I can just put in my pocket and take anywhere, and I can fucking send them to you, some kind of way on there, and you can have them like that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I ever tried to send you 170 movies back in the day? We had to rent a fucking U-Haul.
Yeah.
And we would have to worry about heat and everything else to get to you. Like, that shit's just bananas. And editing. Like, I remember when movies used to break when I was a kid, and we'd bust out the little tape kit and shit and fix them back. You know what I mean? That's so funny. And it's just, everything got so much easier, but everybody's so much busier because they're telling everybody about all their shit all the time.
Well, it's because that's a whole other fucking thing, is that, I mean, I think most of the inventions we have are either made to kill people or make us work more.
I mean, true that, if you think about it.
I mean, it's all about being able to contact you when you're not at work. I mean, we don't invent shit that makes our lives actual. Well, they would if we didn't also at the same time make it like, you have to work constant. Like not being working is a bad thing. There's a fucking commercial, actually. It's the first one I've seen in a million years. It's a car commercial right now. And it's talking about exactly what I'm saying. It's like saying, like, when did, coming in early and working late become a fucking thing of pride? When did leaving at the time you're supposed to be off become, like, shameful? And stuff.
Dude, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a commercial, though, and they're never like that. They're always like, work your fucking ass off so you can have this fucking car. Now, it's all bullshit because it's selling you a fucking car saying you're going to go fucking now you're going to go mountain climbing because he got the new Jeep or whatever. I mean, it's still a commercial, so it's bullshit. But it's at least promoting the idea that vacations are good.
Dude, like everybody, like they talk about France, like you get like a month off every year and all this shit.
Yeah, that's an insult we make. I mean, how is that an insult?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like one thing I loved about being in the service is I got a calendar month off a year, and I'll tell you what, there's nothing like taking a month off. You want to talk about recharging your batteries? Take a month off, dude. It's fucking awesome. You know, I mean, it's incredible. And now, I mean, I get 2 weeks, dog. I haven't taken true vacation. Like even when I come and see you, like I'm still working. I'm still on the clock. You know what I mean? Technically. And so I don't ever take any time off where I just don't get to answer my phone or email or any of that shit.
Yeah.
You know? No, I would. Like when we go do this, I'm going to turn shit off. I'm going to get a burner and give like the kids and shit my number, and that's it. We're gone. I met a one-eyed guy the other day. He said he got shot in the head and the bullet came out his eye.
Was his name Bin Laden?
I told him he was a liar. I told him to prove it. He said he couldn't prove it. And I said, are you telling me there's not a news article about you getting shot in the head and exiting out your eye and you surviving? Nobody picked that up, not even local. He's like, no, look, you're a fucking liar.
Why was the news article your requirement for proof? Just say your eyeball's there. Take your eye.
No, he didn't have an eyeball.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't believe that he got
had
shot
that.
in the head. You're fucking shot in the head and it comes out your eye and you're talking about it. That doesn't fucking happen. No.
Honestly, that shit does happen.
Mm-mm.
You've never fucking, dude, people have fucking rebars shot through their head, ice picks that go just the right fucking place.
Okay, I hear that.
I can say a bullet could go through, miss your fucking brainstem, fucking.
Check this out.
You need to be watching the third. Actually, if you're watching the third season of Hannibal, you totally know it's okay.
What is the rebar and ice pick shot out of a gun? Because I don't think they are.
The rebar story, because I think it was the first time it was like one of the big things we were learning about brains. It was from dynamite.
Okay, then this fucking faker can get the same caliber bullet and shoot himself in the same place that she did and take his fake eye out and it won't even fucking hurt him because he won't have an eyeball there and he can show me how it works because I don't fucking believe it.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying this guy's not full of shit.
Dude,
I would have said
is it like your best friend now? Like, why are you defending him?
Haven't you seen Fight Club?
Oh, god damn it! You just blew my whole theory up. Damn it!
Yeah. That Hannibal, there's even almost like the exact scenario you're talking about.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, the bullet, but the rebar guy, it was mining accident, and it shot up under his chin out the top of his head, and like he had been a really nice dude, and then after that, like they say, like he fucking stayed away from people and was friends with.
I think I know that story.
Yeah, it would have been taught in like a Psych 1 class. I'm sure that's where I heard it.
I had a coach. I had a coach that was fixing his garage door, and the spring came off and hit him in the face, and it fucked his shit up. Like he wasn't a mean person after that, but it almost killed his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm still not gonna apologize to this prick. He should have stood up for himself better. But maybe I believe him now. But
it'd be hard since you stabbed it in the back of the head. Go, oh yeah, well then I should be able to stick this rebar right through it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, my friend said.
I don't know why you didn't go show me the scar in the back of your head.
He had one.
Okay. Did he say it was like a 22?
Dude, I'm not a fucking scar specialist.
No, the gun.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, if you got shot in the back of the head with a 22, I totally 100% believe that shit. My problem with this is, really, he should have had facial damage also.
See, and I was too busy yelling, you're a fucking liar, you're a fucking liar, you're a fucking liar, you're a fucking liar. I did it for like 7 minutes, even after he finished talking. It was horrible.
He was crying in the bar.
And then I was like, can I have a cigarette? And he gave me one and I broke it. I was like, can I have another one? I broke that one. He gave it to me and I broke it. And I was like, you should quit smoking. Can I have another one? Awesome.
Wait.
I'm
My
trying to
fucking
explain.
dick still fucked up from a Vail trip.
What's that?
My fucking dick still fucked up from that trip I took with that girl at Vail.
Why is that?
Well, partly because, well, all right, mainly because of some lotion that was used that had alcohol in it.
Whatever you need to tell yourself, brother.
No, that's right. And also, she's got the ever. And yeah.
Why do you tell me these things, man? You know?
It's crazy.
Now wait, you didn't even tell me
the
about
other good thing is it's honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, what the fuck? But she is insane.
Yes. That's confirmed.
Yeah, the drive up there was interesting.
What did y'all stay at the lesbian?
No, we stayed at some fucking hotel in Colorado Springs and then went to fucking Cave of the Winds. Did you ever go to one of those type places with the stalactites and stalagmites and shit?
No, man, I don't like to put myself in caves underground with.
No, I meant as a kid. Were you taken to one or anything?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't taking any. I was like Joe Dirt. They always tried to lead me places.
Okay, well, this would have been one of the places they tried to leave you. And it'd be a good one, too. But anyway, when we were kids and I went there, it was just this cave, and you walk through the fucking tour, and, you know, they're like, these are stalactites, these are stalagmites, and we call that whatever. That's the whole fucking deal. Boring as fuck. So we go this time, motherfucking ropes courses, zip lines, all this shit for kids. We did this thing called the Terror Dactyl. It's this giant, like, I mean, it's their craziest thing. But it's like a straight drop on a wire, so then you swing into this valley. And you would think that you would set it up so you're swinging parallel to the valley, but it's perpendicular, so you're swinging into the valley wall on the other side.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we got it. They videotape it and shit. It was fun as fuck. What's funny is, first of all, it's like you're so well strapped in. Like, honestly, my parents did it. My dad can't do roller coasters and shit. That was one of the reasons, because her back's all fucked up. And, like, we went online. I mean, I was going to do it either way. It's a two-seater, right? And the person before us goes, and they have sandbags on the other side, okay? And she goes, and she, like, works there. She's, like, testing it out. And she gets off, the lady, and they take the sandbags off. She goes, I want sandbags with ours. We need sandbags because, because they weigh us. They weigh you as you're getting on. And she's like, oh, we're going to need sandbags also because I don't weigh enough. And we laugh. But she keeps talking about these sandbags, about how it's her weight. Finally, till me and the other guy realized, like, you actually think they put those sandbags on because of the weight. No, that was because she was on it by herself.
Balance.
In the two-seat thing. She's stoned as shit. Like, no way not.
Basically, she's just calling the other girl fat if you really want to get down to it.
Yeah. What? No. She was calling herself. It's one of those fucking silly old lady jokes. Like, oh, you're gonna need to. I'm really light. Anyway, it was fucking stupid. But then the wind picks up, so now we're strapped into this thing, and they're like, all right, we're gonna have to wait. So we're just chatting, and this is all on videotape. In this thing, and then they don't do an announcement. They just start lowering you, right, to face straight down. But I don't know it. So there's this moment, because none of it was scary, but there's this moment of shock on my face because it clicks to go forward, and I think they're dropping us right then without, like,
Any like, hey, we're about to go and shit, and I'm just surprised. So it looks Margaret's all happy, and then she doesn't even notice this going on, and I have this moment of like a fucking pussy. So we're driving to Vail, and it's all fucking windy up the hill, and she drives like a crazy person already, and she's no, I'm great. So we go. What the fuck is that?
What?
It keeps like, are you spraying air spray?
I don't even know what you're talking
about. Oh, okay. So anyway, she drives crazy. I'm like, let me drive. Finally, she switches, or before she switches, like, this is a huge fight. This starts a huge fucking fight. She's riding this dude's ass. and on this one lane road, and can't do anything. He has a shitty truck packed with who knows how much fucking stuff. Riding his ass, and the people behind her riding ass. I'm like, there's no need to do this. Like, he can't go faster. This isn't going to help. Just slow down so we don't put anybody else in danger. And shit. She's like, no, you and me will be fine. I'm like, I'm not worried about you and me. I don't want to put anybody else in fucking danger. She's all, those people behind me are. But I'm like, I don't give a shit. Slow the fuck down. They'll have to slow down too. It's the same thing with their toilets. If girls would just wipe, then they wouldn't have to all squat. Just one person has to be a decent person. So I'm an awful person now, being bitched at, blah, 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 blah. So we drive more. Then at one place, she fucking, we realized at a certain point she lost her wallet. She left her wallet at the last, like, gas station we'd been. So we got to drive back. And it's where we switched. Like, I had been driving. I'd finally gotten to drive. And then we switched. And it was in this little town, or we didn't know exactly where it was, but we knew we traveled through this little town afterwards. So we go through this little town, we don't see it. So we keep on driving, and she's like, no, it had to be in that little town. I'm like, no, it wasn't in that little town, because remember, we stopped at this other place. You still there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. We had stopped at this other place in the town. So it was physically impossible to be in the town, because it was the stop after we had switched places. So she's like, fine, whatever you think. I have, what did she say? I have photographic memory, which makes no sense because you would remember all this then. But
exactly right.
Get all that. Like, we wouldn't have to be wondering where it is because you would know where it is. So we keep on fucking driving. Finally, she's like, it's not down here. Turn around, go back to town. I'm like, you agree we stopped there afterwards, right? She's like, yes. Like, so it cannot possibly be past that town on the way back. She's like, yes. Like, so you understand that the space-time continuum requires it to be. We haven't passed it yet, so it can't be back at that fucking town. It's not. So we drive back to that fucking town. Finally, she's like, all right, if you think it's not in this town, doesn't admit like, oh, I was wrong. Just goes, finally, if you want to think you're right, go back. And then I'm like, all right, so let's think of some other places that were around it. Photographic memory, lady. Right. And there was like this huge Domino's warehouse. So we're driving, and every so often it's like, this isn't happening. You're wrong. I'm like, have we seen the Domino's place yet? Then it can't be gone yet. It was huge. There's no way we fucking missed it. And lo and behold, we got to the Domino's place, and there was her wallet. And everything was okay after that.
That is insane. Dude, I bet she's impossible to argue with, though.
Oh, it was fucking crazy. But she also knows she's crazy. That's the redeemable aspect.
True that.
I can deal with crazy as long as I can later on go, you're fucking crazy.
Oh, no, she's rad. Yeah, I dig her.
But yeah, no, it was. I won't ever ride in a car with her again. I won't. I will never do a road trip with her again.
Yes, you will.
Honestly, if there's, never stupid word, but I don't want to. Ever.
You're ridiculous.
No, it was insane. I told her this. I'm like, I'm never getting in a car with you for a long distance again. Yeah, it was fucking rough. A rough goddamn drive.
But yeah, no, we had a great time. She hit a fucking deer. Like the
Shut up.
we were there. Yeah.
What? Of course she did.
Uh-huh.
Did it fuck everything up?
Yeah, she had to get a different car and shit. Like she spent the whole day getting a new car and getting it fixed, like while we like getting a rental and taking that one in while I hung out with the kid. And
so y'all did a rental the whole way up there?
No. This was there.
Oh, okay.
We were in her car, which she had just gotten out of the fucking thing. Which, by the way, I remember you were like, "You'll never get out by this time." Mm-hmm. We didn't get out till noon, afternoon.
I knew it. I told you. Stupid. Y'all gonna leave at what, 8:30? Yeah, right.
I knew I was up, and it wasn't me.
I have no doubt about that.
Well, I have doubt about it. I really was like, I'm gonna make this fucking late, and I was blamed for it as well, but it had nothing to do with me. I was up, like, it sucked, dude. I ate fucking 3 chicken fried steaks in like the amount of time I was before I got to Colorado.
You're ridiculous.
I love it.
Hey, when you come back, I've got the spot to get one too.
I'm telling you, the Wendy's chicken fried steak sandwich is the shit.
They don't even have that shit down here.
What are you talking about? That's where I got it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No.
In Texas. They don't have it out here.
No, the Wendy's is not.
Oh, not Wendy's. I'm sorry. Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
Now I am talking.
The dude, nigga.
Yeah. That's exactly. It's a bomb.
What you have to do though is get it on Texas toast and not the bun. Now you're talking.
Oh snap! I never even thought about that.
Dude, go crazy and throw a fried egg on that motherfucker. It'll change your life.
I gotta go back. Yeah. No, Vail is fucking. It's so funny because I went there as like a kid in the summer. But I haven't been there. First of all, I didn't realize it was like an uncomfortable amount of white people.
You went there as a kid this summer?
No. Back when I was a kid at summer. This time I just molested a kid for old time's sake.
You relived your experience from the other.
It's weird because like it's all changed, but I'm like, oh, I know it's around the corner. There's where we stayed and shit. But it's an uncomfortable amount of white people. Like it's scary. But like what? They got the gondola there to go up to the mountain. And when I was a kid, you took the gondola up to the mountain. You're at the top of the mountain. That's fucking it. Not anymore. Fucking zip lines, rope. It was awesome.
Time out. How is an Italian man in a boat with a giant stick going to get you to the top of a fucking mountain? I'm not retarded.
Well, this is Vail. You pay a goddamn Italian man enough, he will fucking row you up a motherfucking mountain.
And you know what? I understand you being uncomfortable around all those white people because of the environment we grew up in, being so gangster that, I mean, I'm sure that, I'm positive, I'm sure they sniffed you out like the hood rat you are the minute you got there. It was
Where there's a El Pollo Loco. I'd forgotten about that one.
Dude, I don't know what that name means, but that fucking chicken looks crazy on their advertising.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I have no idea. They have little fucking.
Shit makes me sleepy. I think that's why Mexican people are so sleepy around here after they work, because they all go to those places and eat that green sauce, and that shit makes you fall asleep wherever you are. It's like narcolepsy salsa.
Yeah. Or they're just
narcolepsy. Wait, which one makes you steal?
Well, I know one of them makes you pregnant.
Oh no!
Fucking my gas is turned off. So I might have told you that I stopped paying my gas bill like
forever.
Huh? Yeah, like it takes 3 years for them to come and get your fucking to your gas. And like he knocked on my door, immediately cut him the check and gets the gas bill. Like I was honestly just curious how long it was a day because it got to a point where it was like
I'd forgotten for a little while, but then because I thought the part was taking place, and then I realized I hadn't. Then I was like, it's been a long time. Let's see what happens.
You should have had all these marks on the wall.
No.
Like
Then
Dave.
a couple days ago, I come back from work because I was going to do it again, obviously. So it's been like 3 months since that happened. So I was planning on waiting for another 3 years, and my gas is turned off. Like motherfuck. So I call, fucking pay for it. Got to schedule them to come turn it back on. They're not going to get here until the 21st.
Holy shit.
I swear they looked it up and were like, fuck this guy.
Dude.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have hot water?
No, I have hot water. I don't have, I can't cook.
No. We got a microwave.
Or use a heater, but I'm in California in the summer, so.
Vicious dog.
Yeah, I know. They don't deliver. Well, they do, but you got to get like 4 hot dogs, and I can't.
Win-win.
4 vicious dogs?
Yeah, I'm sure you could freeze a vicious dog.
That sounds horrible. That's like fucking blasphemy.
But you can't heat it back up, so it doesn't matter. Hey, have you seen How It Should Have Ended? Watch all of them.
That's a show, How It Should Have Ended?
Yeah, just get on YouTube or whatever. It was on Stars, I think. It's cartoons, and it is so fucking funny. They pick movies like Alien, it's like How It Should Have Ended, and they show how it really should have happened, and it's awesome.
Right on.
Watch that.
Cool, man. Well, how this should have ended is right now. All right. Later, brother. I'll talk to you in a bit. Peace. Yeah, I'm sure Walt's already discovered lizard sex.
Lizards are really hard to catch, man. I don't know. I think you overestimated.
I already fucked a dog in the eye socket.
He's gonna hear that one day.
I know.
And he's gonna come to your house and fucking whoop you with a thin cane when your Gimp Chinese wife tries to save you. But she can't because she's blind now, and you wished it upon her. Your blind Chinese Gimp wife, right? You'll be up trying to buy dragon bones and shit and grind them up in your guacamole maker to try and save her eyes, motherfucker. I used to tell a joke about the abortion clinic being next to a Chinese food restaurant in a creek, and it was really, really gross and raunchy. But then somebody tried to steal it from me, and I put it on the shelf.
So you're not telling it to me? So you basically just told me you have a joke, and it's really fucking good, but I'm not going to
say it was good. I said it was gross. And it was about an abortion clinic being next to a Chinese food restaurant, and I forgot how I ended it, though, but it was really gross. It was about the creek behind it. I don't know. I'll find the.
Is that where they got their pungent shrimp?
Pungent shrimp. I want to have a restaurant just so I can put that on the menu. I'll have the pungent shrimp. Really?
Have you never had it?
You're joking. You're fucking with me. There's no such thing as that.
There is such thing as pungent shrimp.
You're stupid. Pungent shrimp.
I know. It sounds fucking horrible. And then I had it one time.
Smelly asshole.
What? Huh?
No, I've never ordered that, and nor will I ever.
I'm telling you.
I also want to order the undercooked chicken or the rank beef.
If you're at a Chinese place and you're in the mood for shrimp, order pungent shrimp.
So you'll never want shrimp again?
Okay. Fucking don't listen to me. Just like you didn't think vicious dogs could possibly be like I said.
It was incredible.
Listen, just because I'm not a fat piece of shit doesn't mean I don't know food.
You do know food. There's no question about that. I will try your pungent shrimp. But you also love to fuck with me, you dick. So yes, you are a good food critic, but you're a bigger asshole. So I'm not really sure which side of you to trust right now. And the word pungent mixed with seafood is kind of a recipe for disaster. My friend told me to come here and get the week-old clams. He's a foodie.
Which, if you're listening to this, stop and go listen to the Doug Stanhope podcast. It's way better.
Shut up.
Okay. Some names, dates, and locations have been changed to protect the guilty. Only Craig and Spence should be judged by the content.
Yeah, and find us we're on Facebook, Twitter, Vine, what else? Instagram, all of it.
I don't know. You're in charge of that shit.